I'm gonna trust myself. Oh, I'm gonna love myself. I'm gonna trust myself, love myself, believe in myself like I used to.
Welcome to the 25-8 podcast. This is John Freeze.
This is Logan Crosby. Could be Logan Paul. Look at these arms. We're in Macon, Georgia at Wild Wing Café.
Yeah. He's gonna be opening up tonight.
Coastal night 2 in Georgia.
Yeah.
We did last night in Athens. What do you think of the show? You hadn't seen me play with the band.
Yeah, I loved it last night. It really did. So I mean, it was it's the first time I ever seen Priscilla Block in a concert too. She really did too.
She's great.
You do that you guys did together.
Yeah, that was fun. It was good. But anytime I get to play in Georgia, it's just, I mean, the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
You get all your family there.
We had a bunch of family last night and a bunch of friends from high school, and then me and Priscilla and her team, my team, all my friends, we went out last night. Generals in Athens, Georgia. Check it out. My favorite bar in the world. Went there till about 1 o'clock this morning and climbed into the bunk, and then tonight I'll have all kinds of people backstage. So it's fun to come home to Georgia because you get to, celebrate all the stuff that I've done in my career with my family and my friends and different people. So I love it. It's great.
So is this the first major tour you've been on?
This is, on the side of we're playing arenas consistently and we're on a bus and I have my band and my crew. Yeah. But I mean, we've done obviously Megan Moroney, Alexander K, Cameron Marlowe, 2 of my tours. We did the Rock the Countries last year, or this year. So, but this is the first actual set in stone tour kind of thing we've done.
And this is show 4, right?
This will be show 5 tonight, and that'll be 5, yeah. So we're kind of in that groove now. We got the set down. The band's having a blast. We do the duet with Priscilla, do the duet with Cole. I mean, so it's just kind of, we're rocking. You're rocking.
I know this is part 2, what we'd already started last night in your place. So we're going to, move on down the line here. So let's get into, you left college.
Yep.
Graduated college.
Yes.
And then how did you get contacted about the shows?
So funny enough, they had actually reached out to Jason's sister, Cassie, and she was like, I can't do it. I got kids, I got a corporate job, I got stuff to do. And but at that point, I told my family that when I graduated college, I wanted to do something in entertainment, music, but whatever, kind of to get my feet up under me. And they told the casting directors that I'd love to do it, and they called me and got me on a couple Zooms, and I got the job on Claim to Fame and flew out to LA a couple months later and kind of changed my life. But I had never been to LA before this, and I'd been west of Auburn, Alabama, so it was kind of a culture shock to me when I got out there. But some of my best friends live in LA, and I love Southern California. It's got a special place in my heart. But I moved, or I came back right after we got done filming, graduated college, and then moved to Nashville. I graduated on a Friday and moved to Nashville on a Monday. Just kind of did it. Didn't really give myself much of a choice. I didn't really think about anything, and it's kind of when I started and, got real blessed. I got a publishing deal, got connected with a lot of great folks. And then,
So how long did it actually take to do the show?
we were out there for 3 weeks. That's it. I can't talk about a ton of it because I signed an NDA and I don't want to get sued by ABC, or Disney. But, we were out there for about 3 weeks and met some of my best friends, and it changed my life. But whenever I moved to Nashville, I quickly got a publishing deal, which was awesome, and then started tour with Megan Moroney. I know we talked about that a little bit yesterday, but Megan's a great friend of mine. She's actually my neighbor now, which I love. She's one of my best friends, but she took a chance on me early. I mean, I had 2 songs out when she called me and asked me to go on tour, and I never toured before. And she took a chance on me, and we made it work. And I did 3 tours with her. I've been all around the country with her, and she's watching her career go from where it is, or where it was when we started, to now. It's absolutely insane. I mean, she's super talented, and she's just a great person.
So then from LA, did you go straight to Nashville, come back home, then go to Nashville?
I came from LA, went back to Athens for about 2 months and finished college, graduated, and then that's when I moved to Nashville. And I was there. I actually lived with my uncle, Barry, shout out Uncle Barry, for about 3 months.
Okay.
While I was kind of getting my feet up under me and the show was rolling out and trying to figure out, hell, if I even had enough money to pay rent. And then got my own place and then got my publishing deal right after that and started writing songs every day. And there were some days I was writing 2 or 3 songs, just trying to figure out what I was going to say in my songs. And cause when you get called to be on a tour with Megan Moroney, it's kind of like, well, you got to have something. So we wrote a bunch of songs and got on that tour with her. And I mean, it was just insane. I mean, we did all of 2023. I was with Megan. And then 2024, I went out with Cameron Marlowe, who I think's a great guy. I think he's the most underrated vocalist in country music right now. He's awesome. Puts on a great show. Did a tour with him, went back with Megan, did my own tour, and then put out my first record last year. It's about to turn a week old. Fuck me. I'm about to turn a year old next week. But yeah, I mean, 2023 and 2024 they were so chaotic. I mean, in business and in life and anything, like when you're really getting, your feet under you, you're getting something off the ground, it's crazy. You don't have time to think. But looking back on those times, as hard as they were, they're so rewarding. You know what I mean? I mean, that's in life in general. But yeah, I mean, those were 2 great years for me.
So how did a country boy from Macon, because wind up in Nantucket looking for Martha Stewart? For y'all that don't know, his social media is off the chain. Where he's always got these little chases. I think he might have even found Sasquatch at some point, didn't he?
Well, we're going to have to talk to Rocker about that. How does a country boy from Milledgeville try to find Martha Stewart? I guess dream big. I don't know. I'm looking for a sugar mama. If anybody out there is listening and you want to sponsor a child in need, I'm 24, call me. 478, you figure out the rest.
I didn't think I was going to make it in Nantucket. I'd never been on a plane flying over the ocean that small.
How did you fly?
So I flew into...
Did you fly private?
No.
I know you got that money.
No. We were going to fly private.
Yeah.
Whoever had the plane there on Nantucket wound up using the plane for somebody else. So I did something. I couldn't know exactly.
Probably Martha Stewart.
But yeah, probably Martha Stewart. But I think she's on Martha's anything.
That sounds like something she would own. Yeah. She's got a vineyard. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
I know anything. I could live on one of them yachts up there, that's for sure.
Let me tell you something. I could live in a shack on Nantucket. That shack's worth more than my net worth tripled, but we had fun. If you've never been to Nantucket, you should go. It's great. I mean, what was that bar we went to? That one back bar.
Back bar, yeah.
Back bar, and then crew. Where else did we go? Hell, we went everywhere. Chicken box.
Remember we ate a sandwich at the same sandwich shop every night after the bar. No doubt.
You didn't bring me one.
Yeah, you went back to the house and me and Ben sat in there. I flew into Boston.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, I got into Boston and you had to go, the way Boston is, they have all these different terminals and we got to go on a bus and ride.
Yep.
And so we get over there and I'm like, it's this plane, it's like, it only holds like 5 people. And so we get on the first time, you guys supposed to be here like 3 hours earlier and what. Get on the first time, plane's all messed up. Bad. Unload off those 5 little people. You walk out on the tarmac and your bags.
Oh, no.
And so I had to sit in and I got on again. Then we get up there and we start flying this sucker again.
Nope.
I was like, man, I don't know about this. But
I don't do the little planes. That's not my thing. I don't do those little planes.
It didn't really bother me that much. It's just, that one's a little compact.
We were on it was like one of those that have 2 seats on one side, 1 seat on the other, and we flew across, and it was great. I mean, I love Nantucket. It's awesome. I'd like to go back.
Y'all flew into somewhere else leaving though, right?
No, we've been Boston both times. Now.
Because I know we messed all our stuff up because we stayed an extra night or whatever.
We did stay an extra day. We woke up Saturday night was, what did we do Saturday night? We went to a house party. Then we went downtown. We stayed downtown way too late. And then we went back to the house that we partied at. And then we went back to the house we were staying at.
Yeah.
It was not good. It was actually phenomenal, but it wasn't great. And then I woke up Sunday morning. We were supposed to leave. And I said, I'm not leaving today. And we went to lunch. And we were sitting there playing rock, paper, scissors, figuring out if we were going to leave. And we all said no. So we stayed an extra day. That's the night I fell in the bush. Don't laugh at that. As soon as my behind met that bush, Freebird said, it's time for you to get an Uber. So I need to Venmo you back for that. God almighty. And then y'all went, but we flew back to Nashville and y'all flew to Cody Jinks.
Yeah, Virginia Beach. Yeah,
I had to get to Nashville. I mean, as soon as I got back to Nashville, my hangover was so bad. I picked up the Bible, started reading, praying. I was trying to figure out where you get holy water at. It was terrible. It was terrible.
After I left Virginia Beach, I started doing my prayer.
Yeah, there we go. I've been sober for 2 weeks, so I feel great.
Yeah, that's it.
I feel great.
So now I know you got a bunch of music you just made to come out. So you want to share some of that?
Yeah, we're going to start putting out some more music in the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to do another tour at the top of next year, kind of in the Southeast. Just being in, music from the South, Southeast is such a big market. So we're going to go back and play some venues that we played in the past couple of years, or some cities we played. But yeah, we're going to put out another project. I don't know if that's an album or an EP, but we're going to put out some more music. We kind of, I've been in the studio a lot this year, just kind of experimenting with new sounds, new things. And not that I don't like what I've done in the past, but I think the cool thing about music is it can evolve into whatever you want it to be. So we're constantly toying with new stuff and new sounds. And so we're really excited about the new project. I'm kind of in a new stage of my career, which is awesome. So I'm super excited about it, but we're going to have some more stuff coming out, and we got some other things on the table I can't really talk about, but there's a lot of stuff that we got. 2026 is going to be a really big year, so I'm super excited for it. Super blessed. That's what I get to do for a living. But now, if you would have told me that me and you'd be talking to each other with a bunch of cameras pointed at us at a Wild Wings Cafe
in Macon,
Georgia, I'd have slapped the shit out of you. But I'm glad we're here. I'll tell you that. This is a hell of a half and half tea.
Oh, yeah. So, got a few real small questions here for you. So, we on the road. What's your go-to food?
Go-to food, chicken tenders.
From where?
Anywhere. Anywhere. I love chicken tenders. Don't judge me for this. I like gas station hot dogs. They're not bad. You kind of get to a point that you enjoy them. So, but chicken tenders, that's my go-to on the road.
Okay.
Yep.
You're forgetting your Lexus these days. What do you listen to in the car when you're out on the road?
Hell, I wish I had a Lexus. I still drive a 2018 Toyota Tacoma I bought in college, which I love. What am I listening to? I don't listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of old stuff. I've really been on a Bob Seger kick the past couple of weeks. I love Bob Seger. I listen to a lot of Bob Seger, a lot of Springsteen, and then a lot of this sounds real weird. Like a lot of like the new pop music coming out is like really cool to me. A lot of stuff in there I've never heard, but I'm so weird because I can listen to Bob Seger stuff and then I can turn it straight to Ed Sheeran or Justin Bieber's new record. Listen to all of it. But yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I don't listen to a ton of music, and I really don't listen to a lot of music when I'm writing for another project because I don't want to write on top of anything. You know what I mean? I don't want to write the same lyric, the same melody, but when I am listening to music, lots of older stuff.
What kind of podcasts are you listening to?
Everything: comedy, true crime, mental health. Lots of true crime, though. I love true crime. My dad, for y'all that don't know, I think we talked about it a little bit on the last episode, was a CSI for years, so I've always been into crime scene stuff, kind of like a true crime junkie. Yeah. So, but yeah, he. Have you
listened to the podcast about the crematory up there in North Georgia?
No, what is that one called?
I forget what it's called, but
have you listened to In the Red Clay?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, well, I need to meet them.
Probably.
All right, well, I've listened to that one. I've listened to a bunch of them, but no, I hadn't listened to this one. Send it to me.
Chef's on the show, Joe Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to him every times a week.
No way. Okay, well, I need to meet all those guys.
Stoney was on there.
Yep.
Sometimes, because I know the other characters, it's in there that we're bad people. And sometimes, unless you know, you just believe what he said. Similar to this out there.
All right.
You have to do your research to figure out what's really.
Oh yeah, you always got to.
The one about the crematory is about the guy that he owned the crematory. His dad had gotten sick, and they'd owned the crematory for 50 years. And some guy goes up there to pump some gas, some propane stuff into a tank, and he walks around the back of the building, sees two bodies laying back there on the ground. He's like, yeah, let's see, look back to the propane place. They called some people. They came over there. He's like, oh, it's no big deal. They probably just overflew for and he had them not died or something. And then there was another phone call made, and next thing you know, they get up there, and I think they're uncovered like 300 bodies just laying around.
No shit.
They ran out of time to cremate them, and the cremate payment down. It was the most expensive GBI investigation in Georgia ever.
Really? I need to talk to Dad about that. Dad worked for the GBI. There's a documentary I need to send you about a same kind of thing. I used to work in a funeral home. Did you know that? When I was 18 years old, I worked in a funeral home down in Milledgeville. I was working for this guy we were talking about when I had my internship in the state legislature. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. So I was working for this guy, and I was like his aide. So I read all the bills and answered emails and stuff. And then, he called me. I posted on Facebook. I said, I need a summer job. And he called me and I said, oh, I'm going to, go back and work in the legislative branch of state government. And he said, do you want to come work at the funeral home? I said, no. And he said, I'll pay you $33 an hour. And I said, what color tie? What kind of shoes do I need? And I went and bought a bunch of suits and showed up the next day at the funeral home and started working. But I didn't mind working at a funeral home because death doesn't bother me because, what Dad did for his job. But I felt like whenever I was helping people. And that's a terrible time in your life when somebody passes.
Or what?
So I enjoyed that part of, trying to bring a little bit of peace and comfort to families. But I've got some crazy stories. Some of them I can't tell because I signed an NDA with them too. But yeah, I enjoyed working in a funeral home. It was a cool experience, but there was working at a funeral home is a crazy place to work, I'll tell you that. But there was nothing nefarious going on at the funeral home I worked at. Not at all. They were great people. But
most of, I think all of them are really this guy. And this guy wasn't a bad guy. He just got overwhelmed with with that business. He couldn't keep up with it and didn't know what to do. So that's it. He's wound up being the most expensive, and that's just because they had to their bodies that identify and get them back to the right people.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
We've been saying so.
Well, don't go run a funeral home. Well, if you do, actually, you probably should. I'll come run it with you. Want to go to embalming school?
So you're on tour with Coastal. Go ahead and give a plug what your shows are. How many more shows we doing?
We're on tour with Coastal Swindell. We're wrapping up tonight, the Southeast run, and then in 2 weeks we're going to be out in Seattle, and then another show in Washington State, and then we're going to be in Boise, Idaho, actually Nampa, right outside of Boise, and then starting with Alexandra Kay. At the top of November, we got some shows with her. We're going to kind of be all over the place, lots on the West Coast. So if we got any West Coast listeners, look up tickets, logancrosby.com. I just launched a new website. Go get some merch. Go sign up for my email list so you can stay connected, because next year we're going to be real busy in the Southeast. So y'all come to some shows, buy the songs. I know we talked about this. I'm an independent artist, which is super cool. And do you mind if I explain what that kind of means? I don't have a record deal, which is okay. And then I don't have, really anybody playing my songs on the radio. So doing this, when you're going and you're touring and you're putting out music, you got to make money. It's kind of make money or bust. And we work really hard as independent artists, and it's really rewarding. It's really cool, but it's a lot of hard work. But we don't have, anybody cutting us a check if we lose out, if we lose money on a tour. So we have to work really hard. But with that being said, every stream, every download, every t-shirt that gets bought, every hat, koozie, it means something, and it goes to putting gas in the bus and paying my band and getting us to the next show. And I don't take any of that and any of the fans that have ever poured into my career for granted, and I appreciate everybody that has. But being an independent artist is great. It's a lot of hard work, but I love it. But it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life.
So you need to plug TikTok and Instagram too. That's where
real Logan Crosby on everything.
Action happens.
I don't know if it's real action, but it's real stupid. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything's real Logan Crosby. Go follow me. Like I said, come to the show. They're great. They're cool. You got to see the show last night. We put a lot of energy and hard work into what we do, and we value all the people that show up for us every night. It's a really cool thing to do.
We're going to plug your podcast. We got a new podcast.
We got a new podcast too. Me and Ben Williams, my songwriting buddy. Yeah. First episode came out yesterday. They said it's doing real good. I haven't looked at the numbers. I've been too busy. It's called Nobody Asked for This, the podcast. Because nobody asked for another podcast in the world, but we're going to do it anyways. We got a lot of really cool guests coming on over the next couple of seasons, so I'm excited about that. I love to talk, if you can't tell. But
Rocker on there.
I'd love John Rocker to come, and Rocker Steiner, whoever. You need to come on there too. We're going to have some.
I got to put a tuxedo on.
You'd look great in a tuxedo. Get you a tuxedo and a black cowboy hat.
Flowers on it.
You do whatever you want to. You're going to look like we going to walk in. I don't know who James Dean is. You're going to walk in. He's going to be rolling around in his grave. He's going to be pissed he didn't look as good as you.
Before we get out of here, so you played your hometown, not your hometown, but you played your college hometown last night. You played your hometown tonight. How do you think last night's going to compare to tonight? Both got a meaning.
Yeah, they both have a meaning. I think, for me, like I got a lot of family coming tonight, so it'll be really cool to watch them. And these are guys that, and these people in my family, I told them when I was a kid I had a dream. I wanted to be a musician, and they supported me, and they came to shows when I was playing in Mexican restaurants, and it was me and 3 other people. And it's going to be really fun to have kind of a full circle moment. Last time I played in Macon was about 2 years ago, and I think there were about 35 people that showed up.
Yeah, there'll be a lot more than that.
And it'll be fun to go out and play in the amphitheater tonight and get to see everybody there. So it's really cool. I don't think about it too much. I'll get emotional, but it's really cool. I get to do this for a living. So it's going to be a fun night. Can't wait to get to see all my friends and family that are coming and get to play a show in the city I was born in. So it'll be a good night for me.
Well, if you guys want somebody to get behind, Logan, somebody to get behind, he always wants me stereos. Every time I reach out to him about the series, he's always healthy, things like that. So, but I'm excited to call you a friend, number one.
Oh, thank you, John.
Number 2, it's awesome to get to see you play Athens last night, and then I get to see you play Macon tonight. Fun experience out there. And then I may even come to Seattle. I'll live in Seattle for years.
Come on.
So
I love Seattle. Yeah, show them your Washington State tattoo. Look at that bad boy.
You got the space feet over here.
Damn. I need to talk to your tattoo guy. I gotta fill some stuff in.
Well, his name's Adam Driver. If you want something, you let me know.
All right.
Thank you for watching the Faith All Day podcast. I'm Johnny Free. This is Logan Crosby. Till next time, see you
I'm
ready.
gonna trust myself. Oh, I'm gonna love myself. I'm gonna trust